What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Double Chen Show.
Hello.
Today, we're going to answer more of your questions. Again, if you want to submit questions, message us on Facebook or YouTube. Don't ever post it on the comments.
Right.
And don't message the OTGW account. Or don't message the Strictly Dumping account. Because I have people sending in stuff. And, we have different people looking over those accounts. It might not always get to us.
Right. If you want to get to us directly, the Double Chen Facebook message will land right there.
We're sorry that sometimes it takes a while for us to get to your questions because we don't do this. We can't get through that many questions each time, and a lot of times the questions are like an essay.
Right.
So we try to get through everyone's questions, though.
That's right.
Sometimes I get these things that are marked urgent.
That's a good strategy, though. That's a good strategy. Yeah.
But you gotta wait in line.
Yeah.
So this one says. Basically, this person is currently in college and about to move to China to teach English.
Okay.
So they're wondering if there's any tips we can give them to help them mentally prepare for the culture shock.
Okay.
So the background is basically they really enjoy Chinese culture, Chinese language.
Right.
And their goal is to go to China to learn the language and grow as a person.
Right.
So, cultural shocks.
Right.
If you've never been to China, you'll probably get hit with a lot of culture shocks. Of it.
Do you think though it's? I think it's definitely more when they go to the countryside, because if they go to like the big cities, it might not be that shocking. In the big cities.
Yeah, I think the biggest things that they're gonna have to deal with is the way to deal with Chinese people.
Yeah, that's true.
Because now you're dealing is different. It's different.
Right.
Chinese people are very introverted.
Mm-hmm.
They often do not say things that are on their minds.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to be, if you're like a really direct person, you're kind of used to that kind of approach.
Right.
That might not be something you're gonna encounter in China.
Right.
You're gonna encounter a lot of subtleness.
Right.
You're gonna have to learn a lot of the customs in terms of what to do that's not a taboo.
Right.
For example, don't give anybody anything with the number 4, obviously.
Right. The numbers ones, definitely.
So we did make some videos on OTGW. You guys can take a look about that.
Well, one of the things that I haven't been back to China as recently as you have, but cultural shock for me was really along the lines of for example, there was none of the bathrooms were clean, and I didn't know how to squat. I'm sorry, this sounds really sad, but I've never squatted in my life. I spent most of my life in America. Well, the first time I went back to China after living there as a baby, I couldn't go to the bathroom because I physically I thought I was gonna
you can't squat.
Fall back.
People have said in our squatting video, you cannot squat.
It's hard.
It's not hard.
And imagine if your pants are off and you're going. That guy right there, I literally thought I would fall back and touch my bum on the ground.
Can I share a funny story with everybody?
Yeah.
Is this appropriate?
Is it me? No.
No, it's not you.
Okay.
I told you the story before.
Okay.
So we had a mutual friend.
Oh, that's right. I like this story.
Friend. He's very surfer looking. So
yeah.
He's blonde hair.
He looks like an Abercrombie model.
Right. He's a really good looking guy.
Right.
So he goes to China and he can't squat.
Right.
Unless he takes all his clothes off.
Right. He has a habit of when he goes in I have that habit too.
Okay.
I have to take clothes off to go to the bathroom.
So he went into a public bathroom in China, which is basically like a bunch of holes in the ground.
Right.
Right. Bunch of vertical or rectangular holes in the ground.
Yeah, but it's on a seat. But there's a bunch of them in a row.
There's no seat. There's usually no seat. It's just holes.
Oh, you're talking public squatties.
Public, just public,
right.
Brick and mortar,
right.
Big country-looking bathrooms.
Right.
Where you're directly just going in.
Right.
So he goes into one and he just he had to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So he goes to this public bathroom and he takes off all his clothes.
And he's holding it right here.
So he's just squatting, holding all his clothes.
Right.
So this Chinese guy walks in.
Right.
And there's 20 holes on the ground. And
yeah.
keep in mind, there's no stalls.
Right.
So there's 20 holes in the ground. And this guy goes squats right next to him.
Right here.
Because he walks in. Think about this. This Chinese guy walks in and sees this
naked,
blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy just naked, holding all his clothes and squatting. It's just funny. It's just the Chinese guy goes in and just sees this naked dude.
But I mean, there's other culture shock, but you probably could comment more on that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're gonna obviously see some culture shocks in terms of what you said, which are the more obvious ones.
Right.
I'm telling you right now in terms of if you're gonna teach there, that means you're working there. So the interrelationship you have with your coworkers and your students, that's something that you might not be completely prepared for.
That's right.
There's a lot of such so many little hidden
nuances
stuff that you need to learn about the people that you're being surrounded with.
Another culture shock thing, and this isn't to like make fun of like, you know, all Asian people, but like I do see a lot of photos of like just when you're on the street, like babies just like go poo anywhere on the street, like even in the big cities.
Next one.
So this person is asking us a question from Germany, because in Germany there's the relationships are very much different, and they're saying we were saying like in America it's kind of typical to say the L word, say like maybe 6 months to a year and a half. A year and a half is really long. Maybe like a year, I would say. 6 months is short. Depends.
I used it after a month before.
Yeah. Okay. Dang, after a month? After a month?
Hey, like, you feel it.
1 month?
You feel it.
Yo, watch out, ladies. If you date this guy, the L word's coming out around the corner. Watch out.
I don't think they're going to be afraid.
Okay. I don't think they're going to be
afraid.
I don't think. Okay. But in Germany, actually, I know this for a fact. In a lot of European countries, people don't get married. Instead, they get what is like a certificate that says you're an official couple.
Okay.
So you could, it's like I don't remember the name of it, but I hear from I know this because I have a family friend who has a daughter that's Chinese, and she's dating a German guy, and they're basically married. They've been dating for like 8 years, but the guy refuses to get married.
Okay.
It's really it's just a cultural difference. So this person is from Germany, and they're
smacked by this guy.
Dude, did we just get attacked by one of the emoji?
Emoji.
I swear this happens all the time now, but we're not making it do that. I think they're getting a mind of its own now.
Yo, this is kind of creepy.
I think they're out to get us. I think they don't like the fact that we just kind of pile them up behind us. But anyway, so this person is saying like, basically saying that in Germany, they'll say the L word even after a week. And in America, we don't. So maybe their question is like, should she still stay with them? But it is a cultural difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In China, we definitely don't say the L word. You know what it is? Often happens in China. Because a lot of times in China, you become you kind of have this thing where you have a crush on someone for a long time,
right?
And you kind of already love them before the relationship officially starts. So in those cases, you would be like, "Hey, love confession time,"
right? And then the relationship starts, right?
But usually, when you're just set up,
right,
you don't say "I love you" till maybe down the road. So this person is basically asking us. He's saying that he's dating a girl, Chinese girl, and she keeps saying she has a bad temper,
right?
And he asked her to give an example, and she can't,
right?
So he's just basically wondering how to deal with somebody who maybe had a bad temper, and he also saying that she had really bad relationships in the past, where the people who she dated abused her,
right?
So he's asking maybe how to deal with that, help her find happiness. I think, look, the past obviously hunts a lot of people.
Yep, definitely.
And it impacts a lot of people. I guess the only thing you can do is just be the best you can and kind of show her through your actions that, not all relationships can be bad,
right?
And that you're there for her, and you care for her,
right?
And also, I think a lot of Chinese people, they do say they have a bad temper. Like girls be like, "Well, 脾气不好,"
right?
A lot of times, that's kind of being humble,
right?
They're kind of like, because a lot of Chinese people, what we do is we try to name faults about ourselves that may not even be false, but we're like, "I'm too fat,"
right?
My temper's bad,
right?
So, but it's not really the case,
right?
I don't know if she actually has a bad temper or not.
Well, this is the thing, because he doesn't say that she lost her temper with him,
right?
So for all we know, she could just, like you said, she could just be saying that to be humble, and she could just be like a little mouse, Okay, so I would say if she does at one point get so upset that she loses her, first of all, like maybe this guy have nothing to worry about, because you're not going to do anything to set her off, right? Like, so how are you ever gonna, because maybe in the past some guy did something and she lost it and that was bad, and then she was like, oh no, I can lose it. But what if you're just a really good guy and you're just worrying yourself too much? Because it sounds like you guys have a good time, and it sounds like you're really preoccupied of what may happen, and you might bring a lot of stress into the relationship.
I think bad temper exists in a lot of relationships.
Yeah, it's not new.
Right. So, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised if somebody loses their temper in a relationship.
Right.
Obviously, that's not good.
Right.
But for you, just be caring.
Right.
Don't obviously don't lose your temper back.
Right. Never do that.
Be a cushion for her. Be there for her. Okay, next. This is a girl who's asking us. She says she's 24 years old. She's never been in a relationship. She's basically kind of finding someone who she can connect with rather than just dating for fun.
Okay.
Which, awesome for you.
Yes.
She says that she understands that sometimes you have to date to get to know someone better.
That's right.
And but even from those experiences, I haven't met anyone I connect with fully.
Right.
People are always asking about my exes or even current boyfriend situation, and sometimes I get embarrassed to answer, so I usually just smile and change the subject. Any advice? That's question number one.
Okay.
Question number two is, I look super young for my age, so I have a lot of younger guys who are interested in me 5 or more years younger.
So like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel so awkward because even though we may not connect personality-wise, I don't think I can take it further than just...
due to the age gap alone.
Some guys are even okay with me being that much older than them. I know age ain't none but a number.
Yeah, we say that.
Yeah, but it is still awkward for me. Any advice? So, number one, let's get to question number one. Kudos that you're not just dating around. You want to actually find a meaningful relationship. That's awesome. Right. We definitely support that.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I think nowadays people ask questions. If you don't want to answer any questions, you don't have to be. You don't have to feel awkward about it. You don't have to feel bad about it
or obligated. Because in our society, I see this a lot. Okay, especially like if you're 24 and if you're dating a guy that's around your age or older. I'm sorry, guys. We're insecure as well. And a lot of guys, they really want to know your history because they want to be secure with who they're stacking themselves up against.
Right.
And sometimes if you don't answer and they're kind of like, oh, should I have something to hide? No, you don't have anything to hide.
Right.
In fact, if you don't want to say much about it, that's your choice.
Right.
And you shouldn't be that shouldn't be a bad thing.
Right.
And if they want to leave, peace out.
Yeah. So
they're not worth it.
From what you're telling me, I would say just be honest with them. Just be like, look, I haven't had any boyfriends where
serious relationships.
I've never been in a relationship, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If they have a problem with that, if they're like, oh, this person's kind of weird because they've never been in a relationship, that's their problem.
That's their problem. And if they think that that's weird enough for them not to get to know you more, then see you later.
Exactly.
Then you'll find your Prince Charming.
If you don't feel comfortable with someone because of the age gap, that's up to you.
That's up to you. There's nothing wrong with that either. Because we know we say age ain't nothing but a number, which we believe.
Yeah, right.
But
that's not always for everybody.
That's right. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Like, I feel like she may be looking into like kind of norms and maybe believing in more of like things in theory.
Right.
But dude, you got to be true to yourself, right? She even said she may match up personality-wise to a younger guy, but if you know in your heart you can't date the guy because they're 5 years younger, to me, that is not shallow. It's not.
That's fine. That's basically what you want in a partner that the other person is not.
Right.
So that's fine. That's your prerogative.
Right.
This person is asking, do full Asians hate half Asians? I'm half Thai and Polish. I try to be friends with many different people. I hear others say I'm a wannabe Asian. Other Asians' parents give me weird looks when I'm with my Asian mom because you can tell she's Asian while I'm white.
Dude, you know what I'm going to say about this, right? Right? All those people that I'm going to call them haters. All those people that ever say anything negative about you, ever call you wannabe Asian, literally, like, don't even say anything back because they're not worth your breath. Like, you are born the way you're born, and you should embrace it, which I think you do.
Yeah.
And if other people have a problem with that, that's their problem. You know how many beautiful half Asian people out there?
A lot.
You know, so many.
Way more than like just regular Asians.
And also, this really irks me, the wannabe thing. Honestly, people who are Asian, and when they criticize, not just half Asians, me and you get criticized.
Yeah.
People criticize on YouTube. They're like, you guys are Americanized.
You don't know China.
I'm sorry. This dude lived there for a long time.
You're part of my life.
Your parents are so Chinese. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. Like, so those people, like, whatever. You can say whatever you want. Like, these people are actually just jealous because you're so beautiful and you're so unique. Like, There's not a lot of you guys.
I'll tell you why this person feels this way.
Right.
Because when someone like that goes to, let's say, into China or
That's
into a Asian
or
Asian
Thailand
country,
in this case, or wherever, you know.
Those people haven't been exposed much to people from like other countries and such.
That's right.
So anybody who is a little different, like it's not like here where look, there's a lot of racism here, but at least publicly we all know that's not okay.
Yes, thank you. Right? It's publicly condemned, even though it exists.
But in those countries, it's not.
You know what really breaks my heart is like we've had questions come to us where this person is either adopted, Asian adoptee, or they're half, and they genuinely want to learn their Asian side.
Right.
Because in America, you're not really going to get bashed on, right? But it's when you go back to Korea, when you go back to China, Thailand, wherever, people see you as an outsider, even though you, by blood, you're part Asian.
Yeah, look, like it's something that I think will get better because as those developing countries are more connected online, they start seeing a diverse, they start seeing the world outside of their little windows,
right? And
they're able to be in contact with more people and
be
exposed to more people who are like person who wrote this letter or know whatever. So I think this definitely will get better, but no,
dude, cancel out the noise.
That, but ignore that. You're awesome. Stay awesome.
Exactly.
We actually just talked about Miss Japan, who was half black and half Asian.
I mean, there you go, right there.
That's awesome. Anyway, guys, that's all the time we have for these questions. Again, keep sending them in. Obviously, we have a backlog of questions. We're trying to get to them. We'll find a better system, hopefully, maybe down the road.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching.
Peace.
See you later.
Later.